Peng is in academia and just rented a high-rise apartment to concentrate on writing papers. This day at noon, Peng shouted his brother Song only, to their own just packed up the house drinking and bragging. Song mocked him, geeks do not find a girlfriend. Peng said he did not meet the right. Song pointed out the window across the building and said, that girl is good on. Peng looked over the opposite building just corresponding to their room. There is a girl sitting in front of the window in front of the pen writing something that face just to the direction of their own room. Because the distance between the two buildings is a little far away, Peng do not see the girl's face, only to see the girl's white sweater, long black hair. You can vaguely see that this is a beautiful girl. Peng immediately interested in the girl. Peng guessed that she is also an academic. There is an opportunity to get to know. Peng and Xiaosong at noon, after eating out skating, sent Xiaosong home. Peng alone back to the apartment has been evening. Peng looked out the window, found across the building of the girl is still writing something, or sitting in front of the window towards their own direction, only with the noon exactly the same. Peng thought that this girl is really serious. Peng thought of accompanying the opposite building of the girl to study. The table and chairs to move to the window, just face to face with her sitting. Peng head into the sea of books very seriously, even has not looked up. A wobble 3 hours past the day is dark. Peng cannot hold above to the toilet, which only looked up at the window. See the girl across the street turned on the lamp, but also in the non-stop writing. Peng more admire the girl. Just Peng first cannot stay up early to wash and go to sleep. The next morning at dawn, Peng pulled open the curtains. See the opposite building of the girl is still writing. Peng was shocked, wondering, this is written a night, or get up earlier than me. Peng more curious about the girl. Peng had to go to the academic report today, went out early. Peng came back in the evening. See the opposite building inside the girl is still writing. Peng more and more admire her. Guess she may have learned all day. After dinner, Peng is very spiritual. Simply sit in front of the window to accompany the opposite girl to study. This time Peng accompanied her to stay up a whole night. Peng is very puzzled. Peng found that the opposite girl seems to have never left the table, did not stand up. Peng himself have gone to the toilet several times, ate a snack, but the girl has been sitting at the table, has been writing, and even the pen has not stopped. Peng thought to himself, she does not go to the toilet. She does not eat. But these doubts were swept away. To the morning, Peng sleepy, cannot stand to go to bed. Peng woke up in the afternoon. Peng pushed open the curtains. See the opposite girl is still sitting there to write. Peng went out to find a small soft drink. Came back is already late at night. Peng drank too much and fell asleep. In the morning, Peng woke up, opened the curtains, and saw the girl in the opposite building. Sure enough, she is still writing. Peng decided to accompany her to study this time. This time Peng from time to time to look at the girl, has been paying attention to her. This day Peng has been accompanied by the girl to learn in the dark. Peng this time can be sure that the girl has not stood up, has not been going to the toilet, and even has not been lifted up. Every time Peng looked at the girl is in the writing. Peng this time really very doubtful, but Peng also tired, lying on the bed. Peng toss and turn, full of brains, are opposite the girl in the building. Peng wondered, she has been writing, she does not go to the toilet, do not eat. Even the posture has not been changed, she is not uncomfortable. This is not a dummy, right? But she's really writing. It's not a robot, is it? It doesn't make sense. Peng Hao cannot sleep. Curiosity and doubt makes him very difficult. He pulled open the curtains from time to time to look at the opposite side. The girl has been still writing. In this way off and on to the next morning, Pang finally fell asleep. Asleep to sleep in the middle of the night. Pang and opened the curtains. See, the opposite girl is still writing. Pang counted the time. If counted from yesterday morning, the girl has been writing for more than 40 hours. This time Pang really cannot help. Strong curiosity drove him. Pang decided to go to the opposite building to find out. Pang took the flashlight over. There is no elevator. Pang climbed up one floor. Midnight hallway black. Only Pang a person. Pang boldly, or find the corresponding room. Pang drummed up the courage to knock on the door. No one responded. Knock again. Still no answer. No one opened the door. Pang, anxious, began to crazy smash the door. This time the door behind Pang opened. A grandmother pushed open the door, asked Pang in the middle of the night what to do. Pang said he was looking for the girl in the room. Granny was shocked, slowed down for a while to Pang said, "No one has long lived in this house." Pang said, "Just saw that girl in the study." The grandmother said, "You don't joke." Granny said, "This house inside the original family of 3. A girl is very fond of her. Looks very beautiful, always lying in the window to write a write. Unfortunately, half a year ago, their family gas poisoning degree are dead. And now this room has become a murder house, has not been living." Pang listened to the scalp numb with fear. 2 legs soft and hurried to the stairway, staggering downstairs with a sobbing voice. Pang desperately ran downstairs. Also forgot to be a few floors. Pang suddenly found that there is a bright light below. Pang desperately ran towards the bright light, only to see the stairs around the corner. There is a girl dressed in a white sweater, long black hair back to the small song degree, hand holding a candle. Xiu Song scared silly, about sitting on the ground. At this time the girl turned around. It was a girl with a face full of blood and no chin. A weird female voice rang out. "Are you looking for me?" Pang ran back to his room like a madman and slammed the door hard, breathing heavily. After a long time, there was no movement coming from outside the door. Pang gathered courage and slowly walked towards the window. Again looked up to the opposite side. There is no trace of the girl, only to see a boy sitting in front of the desk. At the moment he slowly raised his head to look here. Eyebrows actually have a few points like himself.